Put my foot in the ground, huge cutback lane, and we're able to get upfield untouched for an 80-yard run.
Thing that you say about me, my dogs like to play Madden in 2K, but one thing they don't do is play about me. My homeboy Tyler, he playing South.
What is going on YouTube? King Reggie, and we are back. Today we are starting a brand new offense. We are going to be in the Arizona Cardinals Playbook, and we're going to be in two formations. This is going to be gun cluster and gun cluster HB strong. Now the idea for this video, guys, this is going to be the intro to this scheme. We're going to kind of be going over our abilities, our adjustments, our audibles, just kind of get all that out of the way, so then all the rest of the videos are actually just going to be breaking down the plays. So for this video, guys, I'm going to give you kind of an overview of what really makes these two formations really powerful. Then we are going to go over our personnel and our abilities. Now the abilities are pretty important for this offense, guys. I designed it in a certain way to really just beat man coverage. A lot of our abilities are designed to beat that, which is definitely the meta right now. And then we'll be going over our audibles, and then we'll be going over our two run plays, guys. So if you guys are new to the channel, I do things a little bit different, guys. I'm going to do really in-depth full scheme breakdowns, full play breakdowns. I'm going to have real gameplay footage. So with these running plays we're going to break down at the end of the video, guys, I'm going to have real gameplay footage of me playing online in weekend league, head to head. I'm going to show you guys these plays actually work against real opponents. You don't have to worry about it. You know, you're going to see this stuff works when you want to use it online. So if you hang around to the end of the video, guys, I'm going to go over the run plays. We're going to have real gameplay footage for those plays. Now if that sounds like something you guys would be interested in, these really in-depth full scheme full play breakdowns, definitely sub to the channel below and leave a like on this video. Let's get my name out there. All right, guys, so cluster and cluster HB strong. Now what makes these formations so powerful is, first, we have two formations at our fingertips that are basically the same. All it's going to do is just move the running back from the weak side of the field to the strong side. That is the only difference. So that's going to give us, instead of 12 plays, this is going to give us 24 plays at our disposal with the same personnel, but it's just going to give us a ton more options. Now the first really important thing to go over, guys, is we are actually able to get 4 wide receivers on the field. Now this is obviously going to be similar to gun bunch, right? Like that is what cluster is very similar to, which is a top of the meta offense forever. But this, instead of having a tight end in there, guys, we can actually get 4 wide receivers in both formations. All you have to do is go over on your right stick and go to the 4 wide receiver package in each one. Now we have 4 wide receivers, a ton of speed, a ton of playmaking on the field. Now, like I said, guys, this is going to be very similar to gun bunch in a sense that we can use a lot of those gun bunch type concepts to attack our opponent, but there's really a lot of unique plays, unique setups in this offense that are not in gun bunch. So that's just going to give us a really unique way that isn't kind of just the go-to gun bunch plays that we can attack the offense while still using a lot of those concepts. Another thing, guys, that I really love in this offense is there is a lot of motion, guys. We are going to be motioning, especially the 4th receiver that we sub into that tight end spot. We are going to be motioning him all across the field when we're beating man, when we're beating zone for our one-play touchdowns, and motioning that player from that tight end spot out wide to the other side of the field, guys. It is just going to do a lot of weird things. It's going to change the zone coverage a lot of the time in ways that your opponent isn't going to really know what is happening, and that's going to give us a huge advantage when we motion that player, guys. We're just going to really mess with their zone coverage and their man coverage and just give us some really big mismatches. And the other thing, guys, I basically designed this whole offense, all the abilities that we use, we'll be going over that in a minute. All of that was designed to beat man coverage. That is the biggest goal with this offense, is we want to destroy man coverage. Really meta right now. Obviously, so many people are running it, and I designed this. We are gonna beat man coverage with this offense. I promise you that. I have so many ways of doing it, and just really torch it. All right, so let's take a look at our personnel and abilities. All right, guys, so our personnel and abilities, like I said, this whole offense is designed to beat man coverage. So that's where all of our kind of ability, a lot of our quarterback ability points are still, you know, just our classic kind of quarterback ones, but all of our wide receivers have an ability on them. It is all geared towards destroying man coverage. So that is why we're here, guys. So as far as our quarterback, right now I'm using Tom Brady. These are top left is all of our ability points we're using. These are the abilities I have on Brady. So I'm using Conductor on him. I'm using Protected, Conductor is basically, I use a ton of adjustments, guys. This is just going to give us a little bit, easier time getting all these adjustments in. Protected, now this I believe is only on Brady right now. And basically it just boosts our blocking to all our linemen. If you're going to use a different field general quarterback, guys, I definitely would recommend that. And you don't have to use protected. I would just throw, I think it's called secure protector. You throw it on each one of your tackles. It's 1 AP ability point, and it is just going to help you have more time in the pocket. So either of those is going to work. Then I basically use Hot Route Master in all my offenses, guys. I love it. Obviously, as a guy who loves to design offenses, it just gives me so many more options. So if you guys can get it, definitely recommend Hot Route Master. And then I use Set Feet Lead. A lot of people are going to use Gunslinger. I really don't find there's a huge difference, but Gunslinger is 1 more ability point, so if you want to use that, get rid of Conductor, use Set Feet or Gunslinger, that is totally fine. So I'm using Brady at this spot, guys. Now, he's going for 687,000 coins, so obviously super expensive. I tried to find you guys some budget options to also use. So Daniel Jones, you'll see in some of the gameplay I use, guys, I actually am using Daniel Jones when we break it down later. So he's going for 126,000 coins, a little bit more budget, and you can get all these abilities on him other than protect. All right, now let's talk about the receivers. This is where we make our money in this offense. We have 4 wide receivers on the field. We have abilities on all of them. So on our 2 inside slot receivers, guys, I like to use route runner. But basically all these positions, we want to either use route runners or physical receiver archetypes. What that is going to do, guys, is we are either going to use short in elite or mid in elite on all 4 of our wide receivers. And if we use those archetypes, we can get them for 1 ability point. So that is why we are really gunning for those player guys. Now, as far as short in elite and mid in elite, that is really going to help us beat man coverage. So they changed these abilities, guys. So short in elite, if you're running a play inside the numbers against man coverage, and you cut in between 1 and 10 yards inside the line, inside the numbers, you are going to basically get the route tech ability on your cuts, and we are getting that for 1 AP. So if we ever run him and he's cutting against man coverage inside of 11 yards, he's going to light up and he's going to get route tech on our 2 inside players. We're running short and elite on both of them, and that is just going to help us destroy man coverage, guys. You will see on the gameplay later. These abilities are really, really powerful. It also helps their catching inside the numbers, but we really want it because basically now we have route tech on all 4 of our players for 5 AP. It could be 4, but I am using a deep threat player on Tyreek Hill, so I'll show you guys later, but that is actually 2 AP points. So our 2 inside players, guys, we're using Isaac Bruce and Chris Godwin. Now I'm also running a Bucks theme team, guys, 25 out of 50, so that I'm using Evans and Godwin and Brady, obviously, and that's going to give them +1 to their speed. But basically, guys, we're looking for our 2 inside players here, good route runners with good speed, and then we want to throw short and elite on both these players. So quickly, Bruce is about 550,000 coins right now. He's probably the best receiver in the game, so if you can afford him, definitely, but you do not need him. Some more budget kind of options. Godwin is only 150k. He's really good. There's an Deion Sanders out there that out of position's 160k, and then a much cheaper option was a Redux Stephon Diggs that I found for like 85k. So those are definitely some good options at these players, guys. Just make sure we throw short and elite on them. And now for our outside receivers, so we want to throw mid and elite on these players, guys. As you can see, he's a physical archetype, so we can get this ability for 1 AP point. Now the nice thing with this also, guys, is if we ever flip the play, the receivers will all kind of stay in their same position. So we can throw mid and elite on both our outside guys, short and elite on both our inside guys, and even if we flip the play, those guys will kind of stay in their same spots. The 2 outside guys will stay on the outside, 2 inside guys will stay on the inside. So mid and elite guys, you'll see on our later gameplays when we are using our man coverage beaters, these guys will be breaking past 10 yards in the middle of the field, and they will just help us destroy man coverage. So Mike Evans, physical wide receiver archetype, definitely target someone like him. Some other physical archetypes, guys. Evans you can get for 230k. DK Metcalf's about 175, really, really good. 95 speed stock. You can get him up to like 98 speed pretty easily. And then way more budget, Chase Claypool you can find for like 40k. Really, really good. And, you know, for more of a budget squad, he would definitely be a very good option. And then the last player, guys, is Tyreek Hill. So now we can see he's a deep threat. Now we look at mid and elite. It's actually going to cost us 2 ability points. So I have DK Metcalf on my squad. I could throw him in there, but I'm willing to have Tyreek on the field and use one extra ability point. But if you guys want to use a physical receiver here, you can get mid and elite, 1 AP, and then you have another ability point, you can throw somewhere else. So that is all our abilities, guys. All right, guys, quickly, let's look at our audibles. So in gun cluster, we want to put our audibles as 5-1-8 hook. That is this play here. This is a really good play against zone and man coverage, so definitely this play. Outside zone, this is going to be the run play we're using in this formation. We'll be breaking that play down in a second. Verticals, this is a really good, where is it? Right here. This is a really good one-play touchdown against cover 3 and a very good zone beater as well. And then Z-spot, which is another really, really good man-beating play. Now in gun cluster HB strong, we want to have 4-5 quick base. This is our run play. We'll be going over in a second. Then we want mesh post, which has this sick, really unique route, guys. One of my favorite plays in the whole formation. That base is so hard to cover with zone coverage. It gets to such a sweet spot against zone. Love this play. This is definitely one of our go-tos. Then we have post curls. We have I think 3 setups out of post curls, just destroy zone coverage really, really good. And then post dig, which is a one-play touchdown against cover 3. And I think we have 3 more setups that just destroy zone coverage. So those are the audibles I would definitely use right now, guys. If I ever want to change them, I can let you guys know in another video. But right now, unless I come up with some more setups, these are definitely the audibles. Now, let's look at outside zone, guys. This is going to be our play that we use against gun cluster, or when we're in gun cluster, our running play. So usually, guys, I'm going to bring up a screen for all my passing plays. I show you guys all the reads, give you guys all the adjustments. For the running plays, I don't tend to do that because it's pretty straightforward, right? I'll show you guys. We're going to get into the breakdown right now. Just show you guys it's pretty straightforward. They're good running plays. They're solid, but the rest of this scheme, guys, the passing plays, this is where gun cluster and gun cluster HB strong really shine. So let's get into the breakdown. All right, guys, so the first play we're going to be going over is 4-5 quick base. This is out of the HB strong cluster. So what we're always going to do, guys, is we're going to take this inside receiver, that 4th receiver that we sub in at tight end, and we're going to motion him across the field. Now, this is going to match with a motion that we're using in a lot of our passing plays. So it's going to give us an extra blocker to that side of the field, and it really isn't going to be a tell because we do have quite a few passing plays that use this same motion. So whenever we're calling this strong, or this 4-5 quick base, guys, we are going to use this motion. So motion him across. Right when he gets past the tackle, we're just going to snap the ball. We have a pulling guard, and we have that receiver out in front. Basically, follow your guard through the hole, guys. Wait for that next block upfield, and there we go. That's a quick, like, 12 to 15-yard run. So always motion that player across the field. We have a pulling guard. Follow them up into the hole. Same thing, guys. Isaac Bruce this time, motion across the field. Right as you get to the tackle, we want to snap the ball. We're going to wait for our pulling guard right here. Follow him through the hole. Read that block. As soon as he makes that block, cut off his butt and get upfield. Here we go. Bust it for a huge 30-yard gain down to the 2-yard line. Same thing, guys. One more time. Motion Deion Sanders across the field right after he gets to the tackle. There you can see him crash down, follow our blocker, and now if everything crashes down, guys, we can also bounce this outside. So here we go, bounce this outside, and we're able to pick up 10 yards. All right, guys, now we're going to look over outside zone. This will be out of just the normal gun cluster. So on this, there's going to be no motion. We're just going to be running stock. And basically, guys, this is a zone run. So basically, you either want to put your foot in the ground and there's going to be a cutback lane and you want to get upfield there, or you're going to look, there's going to either be a hole early, a hole kind of middle, or a hole to the outside. So we're going to kind of look at all those. So on this one, guys, we're going to snap the ball. And right here, we're going to put our foot in the ground and we see this cutback lane. There's actually a huge hole here, but I saw this cutback lane. So we're, as an outside zone, guys, we're kind of reading the play and we're just looking for a cutback, or we're just going to keep pushing it out till we see a lane. So put my foot in the ground, huge cutback lane, and we're able to get upfield untouched for an 80-yard run. So can be a very explosive run, guys. We just have to be able to read our blocks and look for those cutbacks. Okay, same thing, motion out. Now, here's our hole right here. There's actually a cutback lane as well, but here's our hole right up the seam, guys. We're going to take that, just about to get a spin move, but you can see. So there's Holes early, hole late are into the middle. Now we'll look at the hole late. So same thing, no motion, snap, so there's no cutback lane. The middle guy gets a really good, gets upfield really quickly. But now we have this outside hole with 2 receivers lead blocking with a lineman. I just hit his butt there, or we are completely gone. So there it is, guys. That is the outside zone. All right, guys, that is it. That is the intro, the adjustments, all the info you need to get started with gun cluster. Once again, Arizona Cardinals Playbook. I'm super excited for this offense, guys. Super explosive passing plays. We're going to throw the rock all over the yard. And as we see, we still have 2 really good run plays to keep our opponent honest. Thank you guys so much for the support on the channel lately, guys. Honestly, it's been so sick. Tons of views. The subs are going up a ton. I think you guys are really, digging, really in-depth full play breakdowns, kind of bringing you different stuff, just not the meta plays over and over. Just give you guys some different stuff that you can attack your opponent with. If you guys have any questions about this offense, leave it down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was Gun Cluster. I am King Reggie, Arizona Cardinal Playbook, and I am out.